Every time we come to Belgium and Brussels and to this venue, it really does feel like there's quite a special connection between us and the audience.
Yeah.
You know, we get that in lots of places, but it does sort of feel unique here, so it makes a lot of sense, really.
Yeah.
We had a real dip as a band, and then we got John on board and things. I guess that is the joyful part of it. I think maybe it was just the fact that we were so close to losing a lot and then deciding to carry on, making that next step. Not forcing it, but we just wanted to do something different, and we didn't want to feel constrained by, oh, this is how we're supposed to sound and this is what we're supposed to do. And you know, there'd been 5 albums of high energy, frenetic, a lot of complexity, and I think we just thought we don't have to prove anything to anyone now or to ourselves, and we can be freer to do what we want.
We wanted to try and expand on the band, on the music, on the way we were composing, on ourselves as individuals. You know, we've gone through a lot over the last few years, and I think bringing John on board and, you know, all the new ideas and the kind of new energy that he's brought as well, it's just been great. Yeah, really good.
Hey, I'm John from GoGo Penguin. I'm just here to talk around my kit. This is the setup that I use for live shows.
There's a rock element in there, there's a jazz element in there, but I think there's many other things. Hip hop was a big one. We've never really explored that, and we tried to do a little bit more of that on this album. Not straight up hip hop, obviously. You know, none of us are MCing or anything like that.
Not
but
yet.
Yeah, not yet. We'll see what happens. Hopefully never. But yeah, the electronics, they do expand upon what we can do. The acoustic ideas, they kind of filter in. And there's a little bit of that thing of, you know, sometimes we'd write something electronically that became acoustic and vice versa.
We don't really think we're jazz, but our tour manager, he's from the metal world and he calls us jazz every day. So it's like,
and we hate him for it.
And so it's fine, it's just whatever. I mean, we get booked for jazz festivals, so
yeah. It's nice to see more and more people not worrying so much about does it fit in one category or the other.
We're inspired by loads of different things. I don't watch films that much anymore, but often we talk about that. Reading like what Patti Smith said, something about find the thing that magnifies your soul or your spirit, and you know, if something does, whatever it is, even if it's a food recipe, like, if that inspires you in some way, then that connects, doesn't it? And
stay clean, stay healthy, because you have a lot of challenges ahead, and be happy.
Well, I know there was, like, for me, there's a collection of short stories by Ted Chiang. It's that idea of the kind of transhumanist movement, things of enhancing what we're capable of, and thinking about, looking at where some people have, unfortunately, for no fault of their own, or just by chance, they can't experience certain things. You see like kids when they get implants where they can suddenly hear, and they hear their parents' voices for the first time and things like that. And I think that kind of thing really resonates, because it's that, at the core of it, it's about human experience and about feeling and experiencing things. I think that's a big thing that we've tried to keep in mind with all the music that we write. It's ours when we make it, but then it's for everyone else once we've made it. It's not for us anymore. I know the pressures are really hard on a lot of musicians, young musicians in particular, to think, can I do this, or what will other people think of it? I think best thing is try and just do your own thing. Try not to worry too much about that. Be aware of it, but don't get upset about it. And hopefully, you can then just make something great at the end of the day.
I remember somebody saying in Brooklyn as well, oh, look, everyone's trying to copy you, and it's like, really? It's like, it's a really flattering thing, but we don't really think about our impact of it too much. The main thing is it's just people doing something slightly different. you know, it doesn't have to, like, there's always been that, like, well, jazz, you have to do this. So if we're classed as a jazz band, which I'm not sure we are at all, but, you know, it's like, this is, you can do something else. You don't have to do this conventional way. So if we've inspired other people with that, then that's good. We did a tiny desk a few years ago, and I remember, you know, like around the time looking at some of the comments, and people were saying, oh, when I clicked on this, it wasn't what I was expecting, and it's kind of blown my mind, which is great to hear, you know, like that people have an idea of what this instrumentation is going to sound like or what it's going to be. So if you can play at a festival and somebody's just walking past and they just decide to check it out and it connects with them, then that's such a beautiful feeling, really. You know, it's kind of like mission accomplished, I think. Yeah.
There was one of the top comments on that tiny desk.
3 guys from a laptop repair shop taking a break from work. I mean, it's actually pretty funny.
It's
yeah.
really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, fair enough.
Yeah.